Oh, it's finally time to wrap up the story of our 1,500 subscriber control tower. You know, the one we started a couple years ago and never finished. As you may remember, I promised to finish that tower and give it away to a subscriber in a prize drawing. As we announced a while back, the lucky winner was Chris Peskowski of Sugar Grove, Ohio, and he'll be getting that tower in a couple days. I wanted to take this episode to give you a quick overview of what I did to complete it. Not so much a how-to, as the tower was mostly already built and just needed some refreshed paint, some extra details to finish it off, as well as some figures to go inside. Before completion, I asked Chris about some additional details he might want, like graphics and signage. I took his ideas and worked them into the finished design, which I'm going to show you. So I wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update as far as where we are with rehabilitating this tower. Keep in mind, this tower was originally built like over 20 years ago, so obviously it needed a refresh, and it's been sitting on the shelf for almost 3 years since I started the refresh job. So what I want to do here is just kind of go from the bottom to the top, just kind of show you where we are so far. I'm going to mount this thing on a base. I don't want a huge base, but I want the tower to be able to lift off the base, so you can maybe arrange some things in here. To keep it on the base, I made these little corner brackets, and these are going to get glued onto the base here, and that'll help, keep the tower on the base. This will get landscaped, painted green, maybe some shrubs or whatever on it, but that'll be the base for it. The tower itself, what I've done so far is I've put in a ladder to go from the first and second floor. Cut through a couple little short walls here, you can see, so people don't fall down the hole. Also added some lighting. There's a light here, and there's another light down here in the first floor, you can see. It's a little tight there, but that's okay. You don't see that from the outside anyway. The lighting from this and the third floor will all get tied together. It's run with a battery box. And here's the battery box. I did not have a cover for this. I don't know what happened to it. So what I decided is to go ahead and print one and to try to make this look kind of like a, maybe an HVAC / electrical unit. And this is going to sit on the back of the building here. And then all these wires are going to get run up into a channel up in the back of the building. And then there's going to be a connection box there too to hold some of those wiring connectors. So I think that's going to work out pretty well as far as that goes. But at this point, we've got the lighting in here, and then we move to the third floor where the real control room is, and you put down a floor in here. Because I want that top to be removable, I want to attach the lighting to the top of the building itself, so it's on a separate independent pole there. Again, I didn't want to cut a hole in this. This is this clear styrene. It's kind of hard to cut, and I didn't want to mess with a moto tool to do that. So went ahead and did that. This fits into the slot. Basically there's a cutout of shape in there, so that fits neatly onto that. Put a fresh coat of paint on the bottom of that, replace that gray with something a little bit lighter. And then here's the top. Again, I repainted the gray here. I also wanted to polish these windows. Had taken a beating over the year. They were pretty scratched up, and they needed a little bit of help. So what I wanted to do here was I polished them up as best I could. They're not perfect, but they look a lot better than they did, and I'll have to clean them up still a little bit more. I also there was black tape dividing these window dividers that I used the first time around. I replaced these with red just to change up the color a little bit. And so I got that done again with a fresh coat of paint here. And then the box on the top was actually just made out of foam core, and it was looking kind of unsightly, especially since I peeled off some stickers. So what I did is I measured it and 3D printed a cover for it. Slides over the top of that, just says, race center on either side. The front I'll leave unadorned for now. Again, as I mentioned, whoever ends up winning this, I'll probably put some kind of whatever their logo or a racetrack sign is there. I'll probably add that here and put a checkerboard a floor in the bottom of that too. So far this is I think it's looking pretty good. There's still some more work to do, but top flips on there nice, and that's where we are right now. So it's coming together. The next step will be to put some windows in the base here. I still need some windows, and then we'll get it mounted on the base, landscape that, and then we'll start to tackle, the interior. I've got some built-in stuff that will go in there. I've also got some furniture to figure out what kind of figures are going to go in there, and then we'll get this wiring all tidied up and hidden in that channel so it'll look nice. So it's coming along, but this is where we're at so far in this rehab of this tower. Okay, so just to give a brief update on where we are right now, completed some work on this. You can see all the windows are in here now. I added a door. There's a little canopy over the door. I made some signage based on, I spoke with Chris about maybe some ideas for what he wanted on the building. So we added this sign with some of the different, manufacturers on there. Obviously, you can see the stairwell. I inserted the ladder to access one area from another. The first floor of this, that will fit on top of this. I put these corners in here to allow for this to fit. Obviously, the guys working in here are going to need some food, so I put a refrigerator in this, but this will basically just slip into here like that. This is going to get landscaped. I'll put some like grass, some plaster, and a little bit of landscaping around here. As for the next floor on top of this, this will go up here, and we have added a light on there, so this will fit in there. And then on top of that, we've added, this is did a repaint job on this. I painted this blue, and Chris decided he wanted something with the AMSCO logo, so again I created this, and we'll be putting that up there as well. A couple other things I have, I think like maybe a weather radar or broadcast I have up here. We'll get that up there somewhere. And then I also have been working with about some furniture for the inside. We've got some tables. You can see some desks there. Got some chairs over here I've been working on, and some figures that'll go inside of here. So this is where we're at right now with that. So that's the story of the tower and how it got completed. By the time you see this, Chris will have already received the tower and has opened the box, and I'm hope he's going to enjoy it. It was a lot of fun putting that together, although it certainly did take a long time in the end. But also wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. I've been kind of busy, finishing this project. I have another one in the works. And also, I owe you folks part two of our AMSCO race story. I'm working on that. Hope to get that out sometime next week. So stay tuned for that. But as I promised in the thumbnail at the beginning, I have a bonus build here I want to show you as well. So let's take a look at that. So you might have seen some of these pictures on Facebook. As I had mentioned during the AMSCO race, I had an opportunity to hang out with my slot buddy Chris Fretter, and we had an opportunity to get a picture here with Ian from Magnetic Racing, which was a lot of fun. But after I got home, I managed to be able to turn that photo into a full-length mini figure of the three of us. And I was going to send a couple of these to Chris. I did go ahead and paint one of them. But as I was getting ready to send this, I was also looking for some additional figures for the 1500 tower. And I came across this guy working on a bike. And it immediately got me to thinking because, Chris does repair bikes. It's a bike shop. And I managed to find a little box. It was an old discarded Avant slot car box. And I thought, that's just about the right size for a little bike shop. And one thing just led to another. I found some more figures and started putting bits and pieces together. Found some brick pattern for the walls, some other little odds and ends, and started putting this together. The box opens up. You can take a look on the inside. You see I just, printed out some of these back walls and some other details, inserted some of these other figures. I had an idea for a sign that I put into Chat GPT to generate some artwork for me and mounted that on top of the building. Again, just a lot of fun. Thankfully, Chris had some pictures of Henry, and as you can see, we look around the back side of the building and managed to get Henry there looking out the back door, as well as the dumpster from everybody's favorite dumpster service. So again, it was just a really fun project. I had fun putting it together, and I know Chris really got a kick out of it as well. So that was a fun build too. One thing just kind of led to another. All started when I found that figure of the guy fixing the bicycle, and it just kind of went on from there. So in the meantime, been working on some other stuff. If you do like this kind of content and enjoy it, be sure to like and subscribe. Again, it does help the channel. I've also been working on some other things, like I did treat myself. I bought another 3D printer. Been working on some stuff, like I've got some bodies. I've been working on also some storage solutions for some cars, like a system I'm trying to come up with. See how that works for, like, traveling, taking cars out on the road. So we'll see how that comes up. But again, until next time, make sure you get some time on your track and have some fun and step on it.